I'm just gonna introduce who I am and
Okay.
say who I am and all that.
Well, I just wanted to talk to you about the situation with Stonefox. There's multiple run-ins with him apparently amongst the community, and apparently you specifically have had one or two of them with him, and I just wanted to ask you about them.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm more than willing to share my experience within that little clan that they have and the toxicness that I have felt. Just for understanding, my name is Call Me Schema. Um, I met him when I went by the handle Schema Side. And when I first met him, I had a clan that was like max rank, uh, fully researched everything, the works, and I had like all my friends in it. What Fox likes to do is that he likes to start recruiting people, and he puts out LFGs, and he likes to gaslight you into thinking that his clan is better than like other clans, and the only reason why is because they've been featured within the dojo premiere shit, like on prime time and all that, so they think they're the big shit. But I've seen multiple other dojos be featured, and I'm actually friends with some of the other dojos that have been featured. But he likes to go around like making alliances within these clans, or like just perching like clan leaders and shit. So my personal story was way before the new war dropped. I was just getting back into Warframe, and I was playing for like about a year around that time, and I was still, fluctuating back and forth, deciding what I wanted to do within Warframe. And I was like growing very quickly. I was growing my knowledge and my master rank very quickly within the game. And he noticed this, and I was telling him about this. And he likes to persuade you and bring you in. Like, for instance, oh, our clan is always like number one on the weekly leaderboards, etc. Yada yada. We've been featured in the prime time like so many times. Our alliance is really huge. Like the other dojos have been featured in the prime time as well. But then once he like starts to drag you in, he starts to gaslight you even more. He's like, if you fucking betray me, I shit you not. His words exactly. I attest to God, and just keep in mind that I'm a very religious person. I'm Baptist. I attest to God, his words exactly. I can get you fucked over. I can get your account banned. I can make it so people won't trade with you. Yada yada yada. He is a very toxic person, and he also goes off about his real life, how he's like a five-star Michelin chef and all that. And he's very manipulative towards like younger groups and audiences, and I think more people should be aware of the Children of Asgard clan and the people within his alliance. For instance, around that time, when I was growing my account, I was really interested within the war from Grendel, and this was before he got his fat rework, and I made him steel path worthy. I made him really good, and it was like it's such an insane build. Like I was so proud of it, and they were just shitting all over my entire idea of taking a warframe that wasn't capable of handling certain scenarios within the game and making it steel path worthy to endure and stand the test of time.
Right,
If
closed-minded
you go
elitism.
into Yeah, if you go into the P5 clan or whatever the fuck that person's clan's name is, I think they're called the Oracles of Apollo. They're part of that alliance. One of the clans within that, they have this leaderboard of ranking the warframes. And keep in mind, I've been playing for the past 6 years. I'm L2 going on L3. I have over 2,000 hours in the game, and I've always been a very open-minded individual. I never forced that down someone's throat. Like I've always been open-minded. And I went to their leaderboard structure and how they rank the warframes. They put like a S tier warframe, like say Nidus for instance. Nidus is definitely an S tier warframe. There's better crowd controls than him, but he's definitely a really good tank, 100%. But he's mainly a solo warframe. They ranked him around like a CD. He's definitely like an AS.
Right.
Um, like they just like to take. I don't know. They like to oppress other people's views
Yeah.
when once you join their clan, and they like to push their agenda onto you,
Right.
or like onto me, for instance. That's because that's what they were trying to do with like the Grendel situation. That's just one small
Right.
example.
They're
But
like, you don't want
there's
to.
another thing.
Sorry.
Go ahead, sorry.
They're like, you don't want to use this. You want to use this Warframe with this weapon and shit like that.
Yeah, when I specifically knew what I wanted to do and how I wanted to breach out and how I wanted to play for my playstyle. Like you can't you you legally should not be able to allow to. This is just their opinion, but they shouldn't like get all mad and shit and fucking force it down your throat and like
No.
decline you fucking invitation to the clan or whatever. Here's another example of Children of Asgard. There's this guy in their clan, and apparently they're like really big into trading and all that. There's this guy named Mike D Got Skill. Mike D Got Skill has a lot of like prime vaulted stuff and like a lot of interesting shit. I've had numerous run-ins with him. And this is an example. I'm not targeting Mike D personally,
Right.
but I'm targeting Mike D for the reason because he's part of their clan.
Yeah, he's a part of
Like
Children of Asgard.
nothing against you, Mike D, if you're watching this, but you're going off of what they're telling you for prices. Whenever I look at your prices are fucking insane. And I was trying to sell a Riven within the chat, like I want to say a month ago, and I sold that Riven for like 500, and you kept offering me 200. And I don't know, it's just crazy because you have the free right to offer me whatever you want, but the way you go off on about it is like it's like self negligence for what you're trying to sell, and like when other people are undercutting you,
Right.
you could be doing better. That's just another example. Nothing against Mike D personally.
Okay. Well, thank you a lot for explaining that. It gives a lot more light into the situation. Perhaps if people have more questions about the previous video, this will give credence. And I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
100%. I just have one more thing to say. If you are a clan leader out there and you do run into the Children of Asgard and he's trying to swoop you, don't fall for his bullshit. Please don't. Because he's going to try and lead you in with like sweet, sweet lies, sweet nothings. Um, just be smarter. Like, just because they're really popular within the community and they've been featured on primetime doesn't mean they have DE in their back pocket. Nobody has DE in their back pocket.
Nobody does.
DE only has themselves.
Yep.
And that's all I have to say.
Okay.
Call me Schema, also known as BLT.